Developed, tested, and perfected by me, Kel Kellogg. Turbo Flashers. Turbocharge your trout trolling today by going over to fishhuntshoot.com and picking up a set of my Turbo Flashers. You won't regret it. They'll help you catch more and bigger fish. They've done that for me, and they'll do that for you. Woo! Fish on, Daddy. I got a fish on here. It doesn't feel very big, but it is a fish. See what this is. That's a threaded worm. That was at 15 feet. I reeled it up a little bit, then I dropped it down a little bit. It was right about 15 feet. That is a worm and a rainbow colored micro turbo. About 6 inches above the worm. Worm was on a slow death hook. Feels pretty small unless it wakes up, but we will take it because it's been a slow morning. So it's nice to have something tugging at the other end of the line, regardless of the size. I'm not reaching for the net yet though. Just goes to show you when the fishing's tough, the turbos, the worms, the blades and worms, I mean that is a day saver a lot of times. And feels a little heavier now. Still doesn't feel like a stud. We're doing some head shaking down there. Oh wow, it's a crappie. A big beautiful crappie. Wow. I'm gonna try to lift him. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh yeah, I got him hooked good. Gotta check this out, guys. Check this out. Woo, Daddy! Look at that crappie. I thought he was fighting awful funny. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. You never know what you're gonna get when you're trolling a worm. Look at that. Oops, tangled up my other rod. Story of my life. Look at that big crappie. That is dandy. Couldn't lay out that worm and that little chrome and blue turbo. That's really cool. I don't catch a lot of crappies, so I'm always stoked when I get one. We'll get this guy back in the water, but that is just a treat. That is just a bonus fish right there. Super cool. Wes just hooked up and lost a fish, and I wonder if that's what he had. They do run in schools, but Collins Lake, baby, you never know what you're gonna get out here. I'm super excited. Anyway, let's get him back in the water here. There you go. Woo! Down he went. That was cool. That was way cool. So there's my rig. Same thing you saw me working up at Sugar Pine the other day. Just that little rainbow colored micro turbo being followed by a threaded worm on a slow death hook. He jumped on it. Felt like a really tiny fish to start with. He was fighting funny, but I'm not used to catching crappie, so who knows. But definitely one of the cooler fish I've caught in a while. Trout rods, salmon rods, striper rods, halibut rods, downrigger rods, lead core rods, spinning rods, and more. If you want a high quality, high performance rod that won't let you down out on the water, go to fishhuntshoot.com and check out our selection of high quality, high performance fishing rods. Ooh, fish on, Daddy. All right. That was going extremely slow with that same chartreuse micro turbo I've been running with one of our orange wool bugs. I was going 1.2 miles an hour when that fish hit. I don't know what it's going to be. I just caught a crappie, so we'll see. It doesn't feel like a crappie though. This feels like a trout. That was at 6 feet deep. I think it's a bass. No, it's another giant crappie. Oh my gosh. We're gonna net that one. That one's bigger than the other one. Woo! Here we go. Wow. There must be a school of those guys over there. That's the biggest crappie I've caught in a long time. Look at that. That's a nice fish. Man, that is a nice fish. He jumped all over that little bug. Little bug with a little piece of worm on it. That is just one handsome fish right there. Look at that. That's, I don't know, well over a pound. He's hefty. What do you think, Lucy? You like him? You take him home? We'll get this guy back in the water. There he goes. Awesome. Hey guys, that's a pretty good tip. I mean, I'm out here looking for trout. I've been trolling, just looking at the counter on the camera. I've been trolling for about 3.5 hours now, and I have not hooked a trout. My partner Wes, he got a trout. I haven't hooked a trout, but here in about 15 minutes, I hooked up, on 2 very nice crappies. So when you're out fishing, I mean, ultimately, we all just want to catch a fish, and I'd love to catch a trout, but I'm going to grind on this area a little bit, because if I can catch a couple more of those crappie, I mean, that was just straight fun. So always be ready to adapt when you're out on the water. If you find a good bass bite or a crappie bite or a catfish bite or whatever, don't be afraid to, switch gears, because it's been extremely slow for trout this morning, but got pretty exciting when I cut the trail of those crappie, that's for sure. So moral of that story, don't be afraid to, change species if you find a good bite. Don't be a snob. Don't be, the guy that says, I'm only going for kokanee today, or I'm only going for trout today. Take what the lake gives you, and if it's giving you crappie, work on that bite for a while and see what you can do. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, that's a good tip. Just something to think about next time you're out on the water. I'm Kel Kellogg. I'm signing off for now. And if you're looking for trout fishing gear or gear for apparently crappie, go on over to fishhuntshoot.com. I will catch you next time right here on YouTube. Stay healthy, stay happy, and remember, if you're out in a small craft, you want to be wearing your life jacket. Catch you later, guys.